The muscular phantom, when the silverback is no longer a gentle giant. Imagine you are standing in front of a 2-inch thick glass enclosure. Inside is a creature weighing nearly 500 pounds, about 227 kilograms, with jet black fur and a shimmering silver saddle on its back. It sits there, quietly eating a few stalks of celery. You smile, take a selfie. You see it as gentle, a gentle giant, as documentaries often praise. But suddenly, a sharp snapping sound echoes, not from a tree branch, but from the protective steel frame due to the corrosion of time. In an instant, that giant is no longer sitting still. It rises on its hind legs, nearly 6 feet tall, with a chest as wide as 2 adult men combined. Its roar doesn't just ring through your ears, it vibrates the blood vessels in your chest. Security guards scream over the radio. "Code Red! Silverback is out!" Welcome to the most terrifying reality a human could face. This is not a Hollywood horror movie. This is the truth about the silverback gorilla, an entity possessing biological strength that can tear your car apart like a thin sheet of paper if it feels threatened. Why are they so dangerous? And what happens when a combat machine of 12 million years of evolution steps out of its iron cage to face modern society? We Americans worship strength. We have strongman athletes who can deadlift 500 kilograms. But compared to a silverback gorilla, those champions are merely children. Anatomically, gorilla muscle fibers are many times denser than those of humans. Scientists estimate that a silverback possesses raw strength equivalent to 8 to 10 of the strongest men combined. The 1,000-pound punch. A gorilla's punch is not just a strike. It is the convergence of a 200-kilogram mass moving at incredible velocity. This impact force is capable of instantly deforming the rib cage of a bull. The arms of death. Their arms are longer than their legs, with a wingspan that can reach up to 8 feet, 2.4 meters. This allows them to generate tremendous leverage. In investigations of gorilla attacks in captive environments, it was discovered they can pull down brick walls if they have a solid foothold. If muscular strength terrifies you, their teeth will haunt you. Let's make a comparison. Human, 160 pounds per square inch. Pitbull dog, 235 pounds per square inch. Lion, 650 pounds per square inch. Silverback gorilla, 1,300 pounds per square inch. Why does a herbivore need a bite force twice as strong as the king of the jungle? The answer lies in their diet. They need to crush old bamboo stalks, hard tree bark, and tough roots. To achieve this, evolution has equipped them with massive jaw muscles, anchored to the sagittal crest on top of the skull. When a silverback bites, it doesn't just tear flesh, it crushes bone. Forensic reports from rare encounters show that a gorilla's bite can shatter a human femur, the hardest bone in the body, in a single snap. To them, confronting a soft human body is like us crushing a ripe tomato. In America, we often anthropomorphize animals. We look into the deep eyes of a gorilla and see intelligence. Yes, they are very intelligent. But that intelligence comes with an instinct for absolute dominance. In the world of the silverback, there is only one rule: dominate or die. When a gorilla escapes, it falls into a state of sensory overload. Car horns, camera flashes from phones, the screams of the crowd. All translated by the animal as a direct challenge. It will begin its war ritual. 1. Chest beating. The hollow, thumping sound can be heard from 1 mile away. This is its way of measuring space and intimidating opponents. 2. Tearing vegetation / surrounding objects to demonstrate raw power. 3. The charge.
It will rush forward at a speed of 25 miles per hour, about 40 kilometers per hour. Remember, a 200-kilogram mass of steel slamming into you at that speed is a guaranteed death sentence. In states like Ohio or Florida, where incidents of escaped wild animals have occurred, police are often equipped with 9mm handguns or even AR-15 rifles.
However, zoological experts warn that a standard 9mm bullet may not be enough to stop a raging silverback. Their dense pectoral muscles and thick ribcage system act as a form of natural body armor. We will reanalyze the Harambe incident, 2016, from an investigative perspective. Why didn't they use a tranquilizer gun? Because sedatives need 5 to 10 minutes to take effect. In those 10 minutes, fueled by the rage of being hit by a needle, a gorilla could quite literally disassemble a child. That is the brutal reality that no animated film will ever tell you. Imagine this scenario. The escaped gorilla has been subdued. The SWAT team used tranquilizers, the scene has been cordoned off, and the crowd begins to disperse. Everyone breathes a sigh of relief. But there is one thing no police force can handcuff: the air. In those moments of roaring and spitting while confronting the crowd, the silverback released millions of aerosol particles into the city's atmosphere. A father standing in the front row, a child accidentally touching a puddle of the beast's saliva on the road, or even a rescue worker inadvertently letting a tiny drop of blood touch a scratch on their hand. They do not know that the real war is only just beginning. There are no roars, no broken bones, only foreign DNA sequences beginning to replicate inside human cells. Welcome to the horror known as zoonosis, the transmission of pathogens from animals to humans. In the US, we possess the most modern healthcare systems, but against the ancient malware from the African jungle hidden within a gorilla's body, we may just be pawns on a biological chessboard. If there is one name that keeps epidemiologists at the CDC, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, awake at night, it is Ebola. Gorillas and humans share up to 98.3% of their DNA. This similarity is a curse. It turns our bodies into fertile ground for the exact same viruses. Look at this chilling reality. Gorillas are hosts extremely susceptible to the Ebola virus. In the wild, Ebola pandemics have wiped out 90% of the gorilla population in certain regions of the Congo. When a gorilla carrying this pathogen escapes into an American urban environment, it is no different from a ticking biological bomb. Destructive mechanism. This virus does not just attack the immune system, it attacks the blood vessels. It causes endothelial cells to leak, causing the patient to bleed from the inside. The silent death. Audience, remember, with just one instance of indirect contact, the virus can remain dormant in your body for 2 to 21 days. You go to work, you kiss your children, you go to the supermarket, and you are unintentionally sowing the seeds of one of the most brutal things nature has ever created. Many Americans harbor the intention of owning primates as pets in states with loose regulations. They assume a small bite or a scratch from a friendly gorilla is normal. This mistake can cost them their lives. Herpes B virus is a virus commonly found in primates. To them, it might only be a mild sore. But when it jumps to humans through a bite or scratch, it travels along the peripheral nerves to head straight into the central nervous system. The human mortality rate, if not treated promptly, is up to 80%. Survivors often suffer permanent brain damage. This is not speculation. These are actual medical reports from laboratories and zoos across the United States. A silverback excretes thousands of waste particles every day. In a captive environment, this waste is strictly processed. But when it is roaming free on city streets or in public parks, we are talking about Cryptosporidium and Giardia, parasites that can survive for weeks in soil and water sources.
They are chlorine resistant. This means the city's water filtration system could be challenged. A large-scale outbreak of acute diarrhea could paralyze the emergency services of a small town within days. What makes primates more dangerous than tigers or lions in a biological war is similarity.
Why are our vaccines sometimes useless? Because when viruses move back and forth between humans and gorillas, they have the ability to recombine. Imagine a common seasonal flu strain combining with a genetic sequence from a latent virus in a gorilla. We could face a new virus strain with the spreading speed of the flu, but the virulence of a wild primate. In documentary footage, we see CDC personnel wearing level 4 hazmat suits, spraying disinfectant over every square centimeter where the beast has passed. That is not acting. That is true fear in the face of an enemy we cannot see, cannot shoot down with a gun, and cannot negotiate with. We often take pride in our civilization of concrete and steel, believing we are separate from the wilderness. But through this section, you will realize that the boundary is as thin as a strand of hair. A creature from the deep forest carries not only the physical power of millions of years of evolution, but also a biological arsenal for which humanity has yet to find a complete solution. But how do we survive if one day you accidentally face a silverback on your way to work? How do you distinguish between a curious gorilla and one that is preparing to disassemble your body? You are walking in Central Park, or perhaps on a trail in suburban Georgia. Suddenly, the bushes ahead rustle. A massive dark shadow steps out. No fences, no protective glass. Just you and a silverback staring at each other. Time seems to stand still. Your heart rate soars to 150 beats per minute. What is your first instinct? To run? To scream? Or to play dead? In the final part of this video, we will learn how to master that instinct.
Because in this confrontation, the first mistake will also be the last. This is not textbook knowledge. These are rules forged from the blood and experience of the world's leading primate experts. Rule number 1: never challenge the gaze. In America, we teach our children to look directly into someone's eyes to show confidence. But in the world of gorillas, a direct stare is a declaration of war. Why? To a silverback, direct eye contact is a challenge to its supreme authority. What to do? Look at the ground. Slightly tilt your head to the side to expose your neck, a symbol of submission. Act as a small creature with no intention of contesting territory. Rule number 2: break the instinct to flee. Never, absolutely never, turn your back and run.
The harsh truth. Gorillas can reach speeds of 25 miles per hour on rugged terrain. You can never outrun them. Furthermore, running will trigger the chase instinct of a dominant predator. What to do? Stand still. If it charges, it is usually a bluff charge to test your courage. Stand your ground, or slowly shrink yourself as much as possible. The lower the better. In primate language, being small means being harmless. Rule number 3: control sound and space. Do not scream. A high-pitched human scream sounds like a wounded animal or a panicked invader, which further stimulates their aggression. What to do? If you must make a sound, create whispers or low, intermittent noises. Back away extremely slowly. Do not wave your arms or legs. Let the animal see that you are actively retreating from its kingdom. The lesson learned: when humans are the invaders. This report is not just about the danger of gorillas. It is about our responsibility. Why did a silverback escape?
Why do we bring creatures that belong to the African jungle into the middle of American concrete blocks? A lesson in respect. The danger does not come from a malicious nature in gorillas. They are not monsters. They are perfect entities of nature. The danger comes from the fact that we humans have blurred the boundaries of safety. Biosafety and the law. Through the disease risks mentioned in the previous section, the biggest lesson is primates are not pets. Illegal primate ownership in states like Texas or Nevada not only threatens the owners, but is a hazard to the entire community.
A loophole in management can lead to an irrecoverable biological disaster. This video was not created to make you fear gorillas more. On the contrary, it was created so that you may respect them more. The 1,000-pound muscular strength, the bone-crushing bite force, or the deadly viruses, all are weapons that nature equipped them with to protect their species in the deep jungle. When we respect boundaries, when we preserve them in their natural environment, instead of trying to control them in cramped iron cages, both species remain safe. The next time you stand before a gorilla enclosure at the zoo, do not bang on the glass, do not use flash, and do not mock them. Be silent, look down, and show respect for the king of the jungle. Because if that glass disappears, you will understand the true power of nature. Please share this video to spread survival knowledge and raise awareness for primate conservation. I am DarkAnts, and I will see you in the next journeys of exploring the planet's most dangerous mysteries.